Hello, and thank you so much for being here with me today. This is going to be a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, all the placements for December 2024. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so everything may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Take what resonates and leave what does not. If nothing resonates with you, then feel free to check your other placements, all right? So, let's see what's coming up for you. Heavy on the earth energy here. All right. You got the Two of Pentacles here. You have the Mask of Taurus, the Mask of Virgo, and then you have flight, like the spirit of flight, flying, freedom. There's a lot here about you trying to juggle a lot, like doing a lot at once, a lot of multitasking. It's kind of like giving up today for tomorrow in a sense. It's like working really, really hard so that you can have a better future. But some of y'all might be overdoing it a little bit here. It feels like things may have been moving pretty slow, but I do feel like things are going to pick up a bit. And I feel like you might get whatever this is you've been working towards sooner than you think. But also remember that slow and steady wins the race. I feel like right now it's in this like slow Knight of Pentacles energy, but pretty soon with Spirit of Flight, things are going to be picking up soon, and you may end up being even busier than you already are. So be prepared for that. Like if you have the opportunity to get some rest in the near future, do it, because I feel like you're going to need it. All right. Also, those of you that are dealing with a Taurus or a Virgo, or even a Capricorn, like an earth sign in general, if you feel like they've been pulling away from you, it feels like they have little by little. And a part of the reason why that is because they weren't sure if they wanted to pull away. But now, at first it felt like it happened subconsciously, like without them really realizing it. But then once they sat and thought about it, it feels like now they're consciously, kind of pulling back or stepping away or just not being quite as attentive to you or something. Or as communicative, not communicating as much, something like that. They know what they're doing, and they're doing it on purpose at this point, all right? You have, the Bringers of Light, the Nine of Wands, and you have the Four of Wands. There's something here about their reasoning behind pulling away like this, like coming to light here. They're very guarded. They're not very quick to be vulnerable, and it's possibly due to a past marriage or a past relationship or whatever. And a part of them feels like it's just like whatever this is you have going on, like you and this person, it feels like they're worried that the same thing is going to happen in this relationship or in this connection that's happened in this past one, where they were hurt, very badly. But I feel like if they would just sit down and talk with you about it, you would listen and try your best to help. But instead of again, there's a lack of vulnerability here. They don't really feel comfortable talking about it. And that's why I feel like if you've had this kind of problem with this person before where they pulled away, this is why they don't talk about it. They figure they'll just deal with it on their own, but the same problem keeps popping up and they don't want to talk to anybody about it. And it's like, how can we get down to the bottom of it and work on it if you don't tell me what's going on? It's like assuming that a connection is going to go the same way another connection went in the past is already, questionable. But, if they're struggling a lot with trust issues or something, I understand. But at the same time, it's like they need to say something. Yeah. All right. I feel like you're about to say something. We got the World, the Star, and then the Knight of Swords or the Mask of Gemini in this deck. I feel like you've been working on your own healing, but I feel like you guys are having a conversation here. So it's like they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to bring it up. They'd rather just leave it alone. But I feel like you're coming to them like, hey, listen, I can see that there's an issue here. And I feel like instead of you just pulling away out of fear or whatever, I feel like we could just talk about it and work through it. And in that way, this problem won't keep happening, right? Because there's a part of you that wants to close out a cycle. So if you guys are dealing with someone that's, done this song and dance before, y'all get close, things get better, and then they pull away. And then y'all get close again, things get better, and then they pull away. You're wanting to close out that cycle. Like, you're just like, we can't keep going back and forth. Like, we can't keep doing this. And so you're wanting to heal it. You're wanting to fix it. You're wanting to figure out what the problem is. And a part of the problem is the fact that they won't speak on it. So I feel like you're telling them, like, hey, listen, if there's an issue, we need to talk about it. Like, we have to. Okay, and I feel like you're having a conversation with them, and it's bringing to light, or I just heard coming to the surface. Okay, so maybe there's some things about their past they haven't told you, because I feel like there's something that's been kind of buried very deep in their subconscious, and it's got a lot to do with their behavior, especially if they tend to behave a bit erratically. There's something buried deep in their subconscious where they don't want to talk about it, because they know it's something that's very triggering to them. But I feel like eventually they are going to open up to you about that thing, and you guys are going to work on it. And possibly they may even go to therapy for it. But in the meantime, it feels like you guys are just like, I feel like it's coming up. Like, whatever this is that's buried deep in their subconscious, they may allude to it or bring it up, just real quick and try to kind of skate past it right fast. And I feel like you're going to catch it, but you don't want to push them so hard that you end up triggering them, like, into an episode or something like that. So it's like you're taking a mental note of it, and I'm like, y'all already know it's going to come back up, so you're leaving that alone. And so even though that came up, to the surface, there's something here about y'all working on things that are actually on the surface, and then little by little going deeper, and kind of working on those deep traumatic events, deep emotional wounds and things that this person has. And it's happening little by little. But yeah, I feel like that's something that is coming up because you're tired of this same song and dance, and you guys might be healing together. So maybe you're going to couples therapy or something. But there's something here about talking about it, helping to heal the situation and close out a cycle. Okay. Let's see. I feel like there's still some stuff in work we need to address real quick. Let me see. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. So typically Six of Pentacles, you know, it talks about generosity and things like that. But I feel like this is the universe kind of letting you know that, you know, your funds are protected. And even if you don't always have what you want, you will always have what you need. This dragon feels very much like a guardian spirit to me. So, you know, you are protected. You will be okay financially, if you were wondering. And for those of you waiting on some money, I'm hearing 3 days and 3 weeks. So some of you may be getting some money 3 weeks after you see this. Others may be getting it 3 days after you see this. Obviously, that doesn't apply to everybody. But there's at least one person here that's waiting on a check. All right. Or, you know, waiting on the direct deposit, rather. All right. I'm hearing 3s. So, yeah, either 3 days or 3 weeks. All right. So, yeah. Thank you so much for thank you so much for being here with me and for listening to the reading. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. And I'll talk to you next time. All right. Bye.